So, the first thing that I talk about in this post is the importance of belief and how having a strong mindset and believing in yourself that you are capable of speaking in front of a crowd and to be able to deliver a speech or a talk in front of an audience without breaking under pressure is really important. And I've read a book, Unlimited Memory by Kevin Horsley, and also Jim Quick, who's also teaches about memory techniques. Both of them talk right away about one of the first things in order for you to accomplish and be able to recall a lot of things is your mindset, and that you have to believe that you can recall all this information. Your brain is soaking all that information in. It's a matter of, can you recall it or not? And are you paying attention when you're listening and all those things? But everybody is capable of learning and becoming great memory masters. But the first step is you have to believe that you are capable. And same goes true here, is in public speaking and overcoming that fear. You have to believe that you're capable of doing it. And that's just a simple choice that you can make right away. Easy, right? And just tell yourself and believe that you are capable of doing this. So I'll share a personal story of mine. As you can probably tell, I am not a professional public speaking coach or anything like that, but I have spoken at many conferences on stage. I've been on panels in front of an audience. I've moderated tons of sessions. I've given presentations to executives and large teams for many, many years now. And those types of things, especially when I was younger, would have freaked me out. That I could not have imagined myself being able to do. And so when I was in fifth grade, I was in Mr. Zimmerman's fifth grade class in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And English is a second language of mine. So I moved to the States when I was 6. And also I was shy. And so the combination of not being able to speak English well and being shy, I always felt very intimidated to speak up in class or even in a small group setting amongst friends. And so my biggest fear happened. My nightmare came true when Mr. Zimmerman said that everyone is going to read a poem in front of everybody, individually, in front of everybody next week. And for once he said that, I mean, I just started sweating. I was like, oh no, I gotta recite a poem in front of everybody. And so for the next week, I mean, I picked a poem out, but I mean, I couldn't sleep very well. I just kept having nightmares of just buckling under pressure in front of everybody. And so the day finally came, and I wasn't even listening to anybody's poems who went up there because I was so nervous about delivering my own. And so finally my name gets called, and I sheepishly go up to the front, and there's like a wooden podium. It's like a box, and so everyone could place their poem on it and read from it if you get stuck. But overall, Mr. Zimmerman wanted us to recite it. And so I had gone over this same poem like probably 1,000 times. So nervous that I would forget something. And sure enough, I get up there and I'm shaking, and my paper's shaking. And I start to talk, and after about the third or fourth word, I just blank. I just completely forget. And so then I'm looking down at my paper and thinking like, oh crap, where's my spot? Even though I only just started. And then a couple of my friends, Greg and Henry in the class, starts chuckling. And then I start laughing. And then the rest of the class starts laughing a little bit, and I'm trying to find the words, even though it's right at the beginning, but I'm like sweating. I feel like I can't see straight. I blurb out a few more words, and then I just froze. And so literally This is what I did. Here's the box podium. I went under and put my head inside the box podium and closed my eyes for a second and said, okay, this is a dream. When I emerge from the box, everything will be fine. And so I picked my head back out of the box, and everything is not fine. Everybody's still there. And at that point, everyone's just silent. And I'm like starting to get dizzy. And so I just remember just reading out whatever I could read out on this piece of paper, and then quickly taking that piece of paper off the podium and sitting down and thinking, wow, I'm so glad it's done, and I'm so embarrassed. And I tell you this story because the stat around when people are asked, what do you fear more, death or public speaking? I was definitely on the death side of, I was much more fearful of public speaking than death. And that was definitely an example of it. And so that's where I came from, is just that absolute fear. And you can remember me as the podium boy. But if someone like that can get to a place where they're speaking on stage in front of hundreds of people, to presenting all the time in front of executives and big teams, you can do it. It's just practice, but you really have to believe that you're capable of making this transition from you're not going to be able to overcome this fear to you can. And believe in yourself. You're just as capable as anybody. And then the third, one more story. It's on the link in this post, but please check it out. It's a TED Talk by Safwat Salim. And I've never heard of him. I just happened to stumble across his TED Talk. And again, if my podium story wasn't enough for you to think that you can do it, I'll check out his video, because if someone like him can get up there and deliver a TED Talk, then I'm betting that you can as well. And so again, going back to this first point, and probably one of the most important things is that you need to believe that you are capable of overcoming this fear of public speaking and being able to do it, and do it well.